I had no idea that we'd end up here. Just got home from the school run. I had a lot of stuff to do, just normal stuff, normal house cleaning stuff. Then Jessie calls and apparently we're going camping. Of course I said yes because being outside, hello, and it's a beautiful bloody day, so let's do it. Now it's Friday. Both the kids are at school. I was going to smash out all my housework today, catch up on all my stuff that I had to do, but instead I'm going to frantically do washing. I have no socks, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to pull this together and we're going to make this camping trip happen. So come with me while I make miracles.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
Now, I'm pretty sure last time we went camping, we took the trailer. So my camping gear is going to be everywhere as well. So I also have to pull all that together all before everyone gets home so we can leave by the time the kids are home from school. I can do this. Now, I know things are going to be a mess from last time. In my head, I had until the 3rd of May to deal with all the camping stuff because our next planned trip is not until the 3rd of May. But yeah, here I am having to deal with all of this now. So that's where we keep most of our, that's not in the trailer stuff, the stuff that will just fit easily in the back of the car. But it's an absolute mess. I have no idea what's in there, no idea what's not in there. And I wasn't supposed to deal with it until the 3rd of May. So here we are. Let's make it happen. Am I the only one that has to clean up before I make a mess again? Because I know I have to pull everything out of the trailer and it's going to make a big mess. But first, coffee. Now, this is a lesson that I really learnt the hard way. Put everything on charge first before you start packing. That way you're not charging things in the car and things aren't halfway charged. Now, we run everything off AEG from our leaf blower, chainsaw to our vacuum cleaner. So I made sure those batteries were charged. Later did we forget to bring the big light, so it didn't even matter that I charged these batteries in the long run. Now we can't even take clothes if I haven't done washing, so a quick load of washing, make sure everything dries before we go, and hunting down all the camping gear. Last time we went camping, Australia Day, you can see a cooking list. Every time we go for more than a couple of days, I usually list what I'm cooking, and now I just got to plan what are we going to take. So I took everything on this table, a list of what we used, a list of what we didn't use. But really we find if we take something and we don't need it, the one time we need it and we don't take it, it ends up being the time that it's desperately needed. So, it's always better to have more than to not have enough. This time I'm starving. A girl gotta have some lunch if I'm gonna keep on going packing. We're so close, almost done, waiting for Jessie to get home and pack away everything into the car. Half an hour till they get home. The blue sky from this morning has gone, so let me check the weather. We're still going either way, but let me know if I need to prepare for rain. Safety first, making sure the tires are nice and pumped up, and just before we leave, Mother Nature put on a show. Beautiful sunset, and the moon was so bright, like what's going on? And yes, we ended up at Belanglo State Forest. It's not very far from where we live. And I completely understand why some people might not want to go here, especially driving through at night. It was quite eerie. We drove past Daly's campground. If you're, know Belanglo, that is quite a popular campground. It was absolutely packed. So we hunted for about 25, 30 minutes until we found someplace we thought was suitable. Plus being completely in the dark, it wasn't exactly easy, but we had been here a few times, so we knew where we were going. Apart from at Daly's campground, there was absolutely no traffic. So it got me thinking, why do people all camp together when there is so much space? When I come camping, I love being by myself. I love the feeling of isolation, of being far away, of being, self-sufficient. So can anyone answer for me why exactly? Is it a safety thing, a convenience thing? I'm really not sure. But anyways, we did end up finding a nice spot. It was really quiet, away from the road, away from everyone. We weren't exactly sure what it looked like, but hey, we had an idea and it didn't take us long to get camp set up at all. The main thing was there was no overhanging branches. It was fairly flat ground, so it looked like a pretty good campsite to us. I got to give it to Jesse. Every time he packs the car, it is packed so easily for us to get set up so quickly. Everything we need is there, easy to grab, it's accessible. So it makes setting up for us really, really easy. Now, you might be wondering where Thomas is at this point. Did we just leave him with the babysitter? Did we go by himself? No, in fact, he is with us. He is fast asleep in the car, which made it easy for us to set up camp and get everything ready before I carried him into bed. It was only about 8 o'clock at night, but honestly, he was so excited all day. He'd spent the whole day at school and was so pumped that he fell asleep before we even got there. How cool to be a kid and go to sleep in the car and wake up camping. After all is said and done, There is absolutely no better feeling than this. And I remember that this is why we do what we do. Now, all that work made me hungry. So we had a couple of options for dinner. Easy camps like this, I bring like tin skirty, 2-minute noodles, but we opted for cheese toasties, nice and easy. If you guys are as reckless as us and end up in random places all the time, what are your easy go-to dinners? So, as I said, I got a few. Preferably, if they have no washing up, would be so much easier because we go home tomorrow. The less mess that I have to take, the less rubbish I have to generate, the better. Let me know in the comments. Share your ideas. I want to know. Just like that, it was morning. Honestly, time goes so fast. And if you've seen in our last video, this is why it's handy to take your own fire pit. This Emma. Thomas gets an absolute kick off being on film, and he waited so patiently for Dad to finish with the axe. One of his favourite things to do at camping is chopping wood, chopping sticks, chopping the ground, chopping everything. Yes, we let him play with the axe. Yes, we trust him. It is not overly sharp. You need a lot of force to break something with the axe. And honestly, he's been camping since before he could walk and talk, so he knows about camp safety around fireplaces, around all those things. So if you guys can't trust your kids with an axe, get them outside more. Honestly, outdoor feral kids are the best. They have the best skills and you can trust them. I know I can trust Tom a lot more than a lot of other kids his age.
Mom, I'm going to hold an axe and a shovel.
An axe and a shovel. Now, Tom had his tools. He was well and truly set. Let's look around the campsite. So we had pine forest on one side and Aussie bush on the other. It was absolutely gorgeous. Last night, I spotted this little walkway that I wanted to look at.
Anymore. Do you hear me?
At least now the sun was shining, I wasn't scared. And it was absolute gorgeous walk. It looked like it was an old track and a tree had been struck by lightning in the background there and fallen down and blocked the track. So this was sort of what was left. And you know what? I just had to get my frustrations out, test the silence. Also, aren't you curious to see how loud you could scream if anyone could hear you? But after that gorgeous walk, I was happy to see my family again.
My favorite things to do at camping is doing the axe with cutting things.
There you go, folks. You heard it right from the babe's mouth. So we did have to pack that axe away. So Dad did the distraction with his second favorite toy, the fire truck, so we could get everything packed away really quickly and easily. We took way too many things that we needed, so we hardly got any of it out, but it was a nice, easy pack up for us. Now, if this isn't the best way to sum up true love, you can see my husband's little smile there. That is not a smile of love. That is a smile of a husband that supported his wife, knowing that I wasn't strong enough to roll the swag all the way small. I throw my hands up in defeat. He was right. Instead of letting me know that I was wrong and that I wasn't going to fit, he let me do it, let me try my very best, and then stood back knowing that he'd have to unroll it and redo all the hard work I did. So, yes, that is the look of a defeated woman. But I don't let that get me down too much. I am still good at plenty of things, and there are plenty of things that I am good at. And honestly, he probably dodged a bullet because if he had told me, look, don't touch it, I'll do it, I probably would have got mad at him anyway. What, you don't think I could do it myself? So, proving myself wrong is the only way that I learn. Now make sure you guys double check your campsites. We've been lucky that we haven't left anything behind ever. But, I don't know how some people leave whole tents behind, whole pergolas behind. I know that it's on purpose, but look here. So mindful, so demure. We leave without a trace. You'd never even know that we spent the night there. And even though camp's packed up, the day is far from over. We're going to go explore Belanglo, so come with us. Now you got Jesse walking the track. Anyone who dailies their outdoor car or their camping car knows that you do not want to get stuck at the bottom of the hole when you've got work on Monday. So if you are dailying your outdoor car, I would recommend walking any tracks that even you think might cause any trouble. You want to look for ruts and things. You don't know what's on the other side. So come with us. Look, I tried to hold it as steady as I could. This was not easy. Belanglo is great for having loads of these slightly graded tracks. They're really not that hard and almost any car can get across them. They're really, really fun. So if you'd like a map of where some of these more easier tracks are, let me know. Drop it in the comments and I'll send one through. As you know, here at Campfire Chaos, there's always some chaos. Thomas was not satisfied going just up and down in the car. He wanted to do it on his lake turbos. So here he goes. He did this about 2 or 3 times till he was satisfied and worn out enough to continue our journey. Absolute no hurry to get home, and thank goodness, because each turn was as beautiful as the next. We couldn't help but just wander around Belanglo, looking at all the beautiful scenery and taking it in. And honestly, it is gorgeous. Even if you just want to go out for a day trip, it is totally worth it. Sometimes you don't even realize that all you need to recharge is a bit of fresh air, or in some other people's case, all they need to do to be worn out is some fresh air. So now we're off back home. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and get outside.